Welcome back to the channel. Today I have the pleasure to feature this piece from a company which reached out to me and asked for collaboration, and I thought they have some interesting philosophy, so I kind of agreed to receive this piece and feature it for you guys. So as you can see there on the package there, this brand name is Nordgreen. They are a Denmark-based Kickstarter, successful Kickstarter. I understand they do one of the most successful Kickstarter projects out of Denmark ever, with 250,000 raised or something like that. So they have a goal of developing Scandinavian minimalist type of design, utilitarian in function, and in collaboration with apparently a famous Danish designer, a guy named Jacob Wagner. Information on him below, as well as on the Nordgreen website if you wish to check out Wagner's work. And they also have this idea of a giving back program. So Nordgreen meaning I believe northern country, and green meaning ecological. They do believe in giving back to society and the world. So they have a program that gives towards NGO support. And you have a choice to direct the funds raised by your particular watch towards either water supply in Africa, an education program in India for children, or preservation of rainforest in Latin America. So to check out all the information on the website, if you will. Now, I did a poll for you guys as to where you would want me to direct the funds, and by far and away, the ones that came up were the water supply and the rainforest preservation. So I've got two of these watches. So this one I put towards rainforest preservation, and I'll put some information on what I found and the videos that they have on site over on the top right here for you guys, just to appreciate what it goes towards. So nice little touch there that they have. Is it absolutely necessary? Well, no, right? I mean, let me know what you think of this giving back idea, but I think it's just a nice little touch and something I haven't seen before, hence my agreement to really collaborate with these guys a little bit here. So let's just open up the packaging now without further ado and show you how it looks like inside. Okay, so that's a simple cardboard. They do provide another strap, but this one's just something they provide for me, but you can obviously get this strap separately if you wish. So this one's a black leather. I'll put that aside, and this is the watch that comes in this particular strap. And then just a little bit on the packaging. I'm just going to take some of this aside here and show you what's in here. So simple minimalist, really. It kind of like goes with the watch almost. Envelope, nothing much to say here. So there is a code there that you can use to log into their website and choose where you want to direct the funds. I've already used this code, so it's no longer valid. A little bit of a 12 or 24-month warranty, I should say. And then the manual, which again, a lot of it's actually more your story. Much of this is repeated in the website if you check out the website. Okay, but in terms of the actual watch instructions, it's pretty basic. It is a three-hander, and it does show you a little bit of how to change the strap and what the meaning of the water resistance is. Okay, so that's really it, and then some social media stuff. All right, just put that aside, and just going to pick up the watch and show it to you. Okay guys, so this is the Nordgreen Philosopher in 40mm and in gun metal finishing. They have 3 different models as of now, so check out the website for the others. I did ask for, I believe, a infinity model as well, so that review will come up sometime after this one. So this one is a model that comes also, to mention, in navy blue nylon. It does come in other strap options that you can ask for. I went for this particular option here. All right, MSRP on the website that you will see is 210 USD. If I find out any discount codes, I will put it at the bottom in the description for you to apply if there's anything I can find. Right, onto the movement then. All right, the movement is stipulated as a Japanese quartz. Okay, they don't say anything more than that. If I find out any more information as to exactly what brand it is, I will put it down here in the description and caption for you guys to know. But right now, all it says is that it is a Japanese quartz. It's a three-hander. It does have date, in this case, implemented. As you can see there, are the 3 o'clock window, black writing on white disc. Okay, so I'm just going to show you this on the Wristshot because I want to swap out this NATO to put on the leather. And there we have the Nordgreen Philosopher 40mm on my 17 centimeter wrist. Okay, that's how it looks like in the blue NATO. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this out and then swap it out to the leather, because that also facilitates me showing you the entire case. So NATO, once again, is a pleasing thing about being able to take it out quickly, but they also provide quick change straps here and quick change spring bars, okay, which is really something that some people will appreciate. Okay, so very easy just to take that out, and then I'm just going to put on this quick change leather that they have provided. Okay, so just there, click it in, and then on this one, just going to find that position and right, click it in there, and there we have it. You know, nice and easy. That's just how it goes, and that's how it looks like on this black croc leather. Okay, so case dimension wise, let's just get into that now. It is actually 40.8 millimeters at the widest part of the case. So you can see the case is slightly conical. So the widest part, the diameter is 14.8. It is actually stipulated as 40 millimeters. You know, close enough. This is what I've measured with vernier calipers. It is a gunmetal PVD finishing, as you can see there, in 316L steel. Thickness is pleasingly quite thin at 7.9 millimeters. So under 8 millimeters thick there. It is actually quite a thin watch, pleasingly thin on the wrist. And as you saw me wear that NATO, it doesn't ride up very high even with the NATO strap. Lug width here is 20 millimeters, and the lug-to-lug distance is actually narrower than the diameter of the case. It's actually 39.5 millimeters there between my thumbs. So as you can see, hopefully you can appreciate that the actual lugs, if I hold it further, is actually be narrower than the edge of the conical case there. So hopefully that translates on the camera here. And that's really an interesting thing where the lug design sits, is how it comes out to less than the edge of the case there. Overall weight on the NATO as well as the leather, similar. It's around 50 grams, so very, very light, very easy to forget that this is indeed on your wrist. It doesn't really weigh it down at all. If you like light watches, this is something that can be considered, kind of a three-hander simple quartz. Okay, finishing wise, right, let's just show it to you guys. There's horizontal brushing on the sides here. Okay, horizontal brushing is what it has, and on the bottom is actually longitudinal, kind of goes across like that on the bottom of the case there. So that's actually the finishing style that they have on this particular watch. Looking at the case back now, you can see it's very reflective, and you can see the camera that I'm using there. It's a very polished steel case back. It is actually laser etched, those details there, Nordgreen, the symbol and the divisions there, as well as the details around the side of the case back. It is just a push-in case back. It's not a friction push-in, not a screw down, just a push crown as well. The crown does have a little bit of an etching for the Nordgreen tree there. Overall water resistance with those features is 30 meters, which is kind of just a nominal basic water resistance, which means that you can wash your hands and walk around in the rain, but you shouldn't do anything more than that. Certainly you shouldn't take this into a bathtub, and definitely not into a pool. That's not what it's designed for. Okay, moving on to the dial then, just show it to you in close-up as well as with my macro shots. So this is a matte white dial. All their watches actually have white dials if you check out their website. Printed minimal details. So in fact, all it has is the Nordgreen symbol and name and Copenhagen there. That's all it has, and you can appreciate that. If you like minimalist design, this is something that really does follow that type of philosophy. It's got a tapered date frame. You can see around the window there's a bit of tapering. Right, hopefully you can appreciate that. And then the flange around is raised. It's got a chapter ring printed on it, and it's got a zourage, because it's got concentric circular texture. I don't know if that's going to be easily appreciable on my camera, but there is actually a texture on that chapter ring there, and 12 positions around there you can see applied gunmetal steel markers. Hopefully that's appreciable to you guys there. The hands simple baton for the hour hand. It's got a tapering hand for the minute. And then the seconds is the one that's a little bit different. It's got an asymmetric second hand. Hopefully you can appreciate that quite easily. And they say that it kind of gives an impression of it moving and slicing through time. You know, interesting little philosophy they have there on the design of the second hand. There is absolutely no loom on this watch, as you may expect looking at the watch design like this. I don't mind that. You know, some people do really like loom, but this one doesn't have it. On top of the dial is a simple flat mineral crystal. So they haven't gone for sapphire in this model. It is actually a flat mineral crystal there that you can see. Okay, quick change bands. Onto the bands now. This is just a genuine leather, simple genuine leather crop pattern with quick change, spring bars there, and a buckle with Nordgreen on it, as you can see, and in gunmetal PVD. You can get this in matching finishing for the cases, so it does come in plain steel as well as rose gold for the cases that you may choose to get off this model. Okay, showing you the other strap that it came in now, just quickly. You've already seen this. It is actually a fairly basic nylon style NATO. Pleasingly, this also comes in gunmetal PVD, same as the leather, right? The hardware is all gunmetal to match the case. Okay, that's what that is. So that's all that I'm going to say about this watch in terms of description. I'm going to put this on for the wrist shot now. And there we have it, guys, the Nordgreen Philosopher, right? 40mm or 40.8 really is what I've measured. And remember, the lug-to-lug distance is less than the case at 39.5mm. Absolutely fine for my 17cm wrist. And even if your wrist is slightly smaller, I think that would also be absolutely fine for the majority of men's wrists, I would think. Okay, so that's the description of the watch. What have I particularly enjoyed about this Nordgreen piece? Well, look, I think it's well designed. It's got an elaborated thought process, right? You can read about this in the manual as well as on the website. And I think they've matched it up in the final product. They've kind of achieved what they plan to do, which is kind of this Scandinavian minimalist type design, which is, utilitarian. It really just tells the time and tells it very clearly. It's overall, quite, I guess, a Bauhaus style beauty almost to it. If you like this simple, very geometric type shapes, this is something you may enjoy. Clearly, it's a very original design in the case, right? Particularly if you look at the side, how it's conical, right? Where the lugs actually come off the case. This is not something that you see very commonly. In fact, I've never seen a design quite like this before. So I really like how the lug positions are recessed like that, and means it pulls the strap position in and makes the watch wear smaller than it really is. And you can appreciate the conical profile as well, something quite different. So you're not going to just grab this off a factory assembly line. You really have to design this, and this is what they've done with that Danish designer. And they've got some nice extras, I mean, the giving back program, nice little touch, which, I kind of appreciate. Some people probably think that might be slightly gimmicky, but I appreciate the effort that they are going into that. And then the quick change straps are a nice bonus, to be able to just change that very easily without needing any tools whatsoever. Right, things that I've noted about this watch to just bring up as concerns. Well, the second hand alignment isn't quite there. Right, you can see it's hitting between the second markers. So if you've got a bit of OCD like myself, that will stand out to you. Once you see that, you won't be able to unsee it. And, I think on the website, some movement details would be nice. Watch enthusiasts like the details, and I think they should put the details about exactly what brand movement they've gone for there. So again, I will put details down below if I find out, if they tell me what it is, because I've asked them. And I think for 210 USD, Sapphire would be a nice addition. I think you can afford to put it in, probably. I've seen a lot of watches at this price range with Sapphire, so that would certainly lift the overall package. But, maybe some of the cost cutting is to do with the giving back program, and if that's the case, I personally don't mind that. So guys, there we go. That's my review of the Nordgreen Philosopher 40mm in gunmetal. Let me know what you think about this brand, this watch. If you have any experience with the brand, if you have any of the other pieces, I would love to hear from you, as well as your overall thoughts about, the overall feel and philosophy of the brand itself. So guys, If you enjoy my videos, do consider subscribing. New content every week, always aiming to be objective and unbiased about all things horology. Thank you again for sticking with me, and as always, I'll catch you guys next time.